There's a group of tarantulas, so fast, so defensive, and so powerful that even experienced keepers approach them with caution. Meet the baboon tarantulas, Africa's infamous old-world spiders. No urticating hairs, no hesitation. Just speed, attitude, and serious venom. Today, we're breaking down their species, origins, discovery, identification, and behavior. Everything you need to know in Baboon Tarantulas. Baboon tarantulas are African species belonging to the subfamily Harpactorinae, within the tarantula family Throphoecidae. The name baboon likely comes from the thick finger-like hairs on their legs that reminded early observers of a baboon's hands. Unlike New World tarantulas from the Americas, baboon tarantulas are Old World species, meaning they lack urticating hairs. They rely on speed, venom, and defensive behavior. They are primarily terrestrial and burrowing spiders found across southern Africa. Most baboon tarantulas were described in the late 1800s and early 1900s as European naturalists explored southern Africa. For example, Pterinochilus murinus was first described in 1897 by Reginald Pocock. The horned genus Ceratogyrus was described in 1897 as well. Taxonomy has shifted over time as more species were discovered and reclassified. Some of the most famous species include Pterinochilus murinus, better known as the OBT, the orange bitey thing, bright orange, heavy Weber, and notoriously defensive. Harpactira, pulse-ripes admired for its gold body and metallic blue legs. Ceratogyrus darlingi, instantly recognizable thanks to the horn-like projection on its carapace. Each genus has its own traits, but they all share that classic baboon attitude. Most baboon tarantulas were described during the late 1800s when European naturalists began extensively documenting African wildlife. For example, Pterinochilus murinus was first described in 1897 by British zoologist Reginald Pocock. The horned genus Ceratogyrus was also established in the late 19th century. Since then, taxonomists have revised classifications multiple times as new species were discovered and studied more closely. Even today, African tarantula taxonomy continues to evolve. Baboon tarantulas are native to countries such as South Africa, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Botswana. They inhabit dry savannas, scrublands, grasslands, and semi-arid regions. Most species are obligate burrowers, digging deep vertical tunnels into hard-packed soil. These burrows provide protection from predators and extreme temperatures. At the entrance, they often lay down tripline webbing to detect vibrations from passing prey. How do you recognize a baboon tarantula? First, they have thick, muscular legs built for digging and rapid strikes. Second, their defensive posture is unmistakable. When threatened, they raise their front legs high, exposing large downward-pointing fangs. Third, many species are heavy webbers, especially Pterinochilus murinus, which creates dense web tunnels across its enclosure. And finally, some species, particularly those in Ceratogyrus, possess a distinct horn-like structure on the carapace. The exact function of this horn is still debated, but it may be linked to muscle attachment or internal pressure regulation. Baboon tarantulas have a reputation, and they've earned it. They are extremely fast, highly defensive, and medically significant venom. Instead of kicking hairs like New World tarantulas, they rely on threat displays and, if pushed, biting. That said, many individuals prefer retreat over confrontation. In the wild, they would rather vanish into a burrow than waste venom on something they can't eat. feeding response is strong and explosive. Prey is grabbed instantly and dragged into the burrow. They are ambush predators through and through. Baboon tarantulas are generally not recommended for beginners. Their speed, defensive nature, and lack of urticating hairs mean there is little margin for error during maintenance or reaping. However, for experienced keepers, they are fascinating, hardy, and incredibly rewarding species to observe, especially their complex webbing and burrow systems. From the infamous Pterinochilus murinus to the horned giants of Ceratogyrus, baboon tarantulas represent some of the most intense and impressive spiders Africa has to offer. When it comes to keeping these arachnids, think deep, dry, and secure substrate. Most species, especially those in genera like Pterinochilus and Ceratogyrus, are obligate burrowers. That means they need at least 4 to 6 inches of compact, dry substrate for juveniles, and even deeper for adults. Keep the enclosure mostly dry with a small water dish and are good if kept. Room temperature is fine. Avoid high humidity. These are African savanna species, not rainforest tarantulas. Give them depth, stability, and security, and they'll do the rest by building impressive underground tunnel systems. Consider using packed cocoa fiber, topsoil mix, or clay-based substrate. A starter burrow or cork bark hide with minimal ventilation gaps. Baboon tarantulas represent some of the most intense and fascinating spiders in the tarantula world. From the fiery attitude of Tarantulas murinus to the horned mystery of Ceratogyrus darlingi, these African species command respect. They are fast, they are defensive, and they are perfectly adapted to the harsh savannas and semi-arid regions they call home. Whether you're an experienced keeper or just learning about old-world tarantulas, baboon species remind us that power and beauty often go hand in hand. If you enjoyed this 101 breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which species you want covered next. And remember, with baboon tarantulas, respect always comes first. From the burrows of South Africa to your screen today, baboon tarantulas prove nature doesn't build timid predators.